My love of music started at a very young age. There was music in my family. My dad was a singer in a choir back in Europe. Ended up starting to write songs. You know, when I was a teenager, I got into recording for the really simple reason that that's what I thought musicians did. You know, as I developed and did like the bar circuit and started to play on sessions, you know, I started to get calls all of a sudden from record companies saying, "Hey, I heard you recorded this. Do you want to? We're developing another band. Do you want to record them?" And once that happened, I went, you know, I'm so busy with recording that, you know, I just kind of pulled out the stops and just let it go. It's a classic story of just, you know, this gig leads to that gig, this leads to that gig. Let me see. I've worked with, in no particular order, Tom Panunzio, who's the, you know, the Who, Ozzy, you know, all these things, Joe Hardy, Dream Theater, Seal, Pink, Mick Jagger, Def Leppard, Skillet. Did I say Aerosmith? Did I say Aerosmith? I've done a lot of work with Rush since 2004. I typically wear 3 different hats. So I will have my engineer hat, I have my mix hat, and I also have my production hat. My name's Richard Chycki. I've been recording records for 30 years, and I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. Music is about creativity. So to create the environment that's conducive to great creativity, that's the absolute key to making a great record. I've been really fortunate to work in a lot of different studios around the world. If I'm changing studios, one of the really important things is I need to have my environment to be as consistent as possible. And what I've done to try and maintain consistency is I take my monitoring with me. I was looking for speakers that had more resolution than what I was using before. And one of the things that was interesting about the ones, in particular the 8350 ones, one of the things that really interested me is it's a concentric design and it's 3-way. Really great extension in the upper register, lower register. And most important for me was the GLM software tunes the speakers to the room. By the time I do that, I have a consistent environment. And I tuned the Genelecs to the next room and I was mixing within an hour. That's never happened to me, ever. There's a microphone that Genelec supplies. It sits in the sweet spot of my monitoring field. It does sweeps through each of the speakers. It analyzes what it hears. It EQs and levels. Once it's done, you have a choice of having the sweet spot very small, or you can set up an aggregate sweet spot where you take multiple samples within a listening area. So if you have 2 or 3 people that are sitting in your work area, that you all have the same experience. And on top of it, it phase aligns the subwoofer. A good listening environment to me is not being aware of my environment, being so comfortable in it that it becomes an extension of me, where I always feel like, if I close my eyes, I just feel I can go, and the hi-hat is there. I just feel like I can grab these things. They're there, I can feel it. Sound technology is available across 20 different models that Genelec makes, including 8000 series, the 7000 series, 1032Cs, the Master series. In the monitoring environment, first off, artists they will hire an engineer or the mixer because they trust them. There's an initial trust. So when they hear something, they're going to take copies home with them. They're going to listen in their environments. And one of the things that's important is the translation. And when it does translate, they feel comfortable after a time when, if you've been working on a record and you're together for a month, 2 months, by the end of that, they know the results that they're going to be getting from my end. It's been a really great decision because the speakers have given me this environment that I know that I have a consistent reference. And that to me has been invaluable to get my work as consistent as possible.